So, something a bit different today. I've just recently passed 3K iRating in Formula Car, and I thought I'd just share with you why that's happened. I've been on iRacing for a long time. This is the highest I've got, and it feels like something's clicked, something's changed, and I think I can see myself now going on 3.5, 4, even further. So I just thought I'd share. You know, there's lots of advice out there, but I just thought I'd give you my take. In no particular order, but I think key for me is qualifying. Get out there, get qualified, and qualify as far up the grid as you possibly can. Quite often, obviously doing videos, it's quite fun to start at the back and fight my way through, and I think it makes for entertaining videos. It doesn't help gain iRating. Occasionally I'll do okay, people will crash out in front of me, I'll come through and it's fine, but generally you're behind all the accidents, you're running into the accidents, you get behind cars, you sort of race where you qualify, and you never really get to the front. So your starting position is low and your finishing position is low, and you don't get that iRating. So certainly qualifying, getting as far up as you can, racing with the front pack, getting dragged round, you end up getting better results. So for me, that's something I always try and do now if I want to get iRating. Next thing to do at the start, get a good start. Easier said than done, I know. And also don't be too tentative at the start. I'm quite tentative. Quite often I'll lose places at the start. And you know, you never get them back. It's really hard to get them back. People aren't going to wait for you. You've just got to go for it. You've got to be careful. You know, all this is easier said than done. You've got to be careful, but you can't afford to just give away places at the start, because every position, that's another, you know, 5 or 10 iRating points. And if you're trying to gain iRating, you can't afford to just give those up. Next thing to think about is when to race and when not to race. I think you can tell generally the people around you whether they're safe or not. And you know, you get little signs, you get people sort of nudging around, looking to make dives, and you can sort of feel it coming. And actually, don't ignore that gut. If you think it's coming, then let them by. You know, yeah, contrary to what I've been saying about don't give up places, but better to give up one place than you know that someone's probably going to make a dive, get hit, and then, you know, you've lost everything, haven't you? So I find, you know, those occasions where I've got someone who really, they're just desperate to get by, well, let them get by, follow them. They'll probably be desperate to get by the next guy, and actually you might pick up 2 spots when they go off. But it's knowing what's around. You follow your gut, you know, and take the positive iRacing points. But you know, you can afford to give up a few as long as you keep getting positive iRacing points. What you don't want is a DNF. So just on DNFs, if you get taken out, finish the race. Don't just head back to the pits and give up. Don't withdraw, don't forfeit. Finish the race. So many races, I've been taken out. I've made sure that I've already clicked not to change tyres, not to fuel up. If you've got a fast repair, actually, I've managed to pick up safety rating and iRating after being taken out. So it's always worth finishing. I know it's frustrating, and you know, and you just want to walk away from the rig sometimes. Even without fast repair, I've managed to pick up iRating and safety rating. You know, in some races, there seems to be many more incidents than others. So it's always worth getting back out there. And I think it's fair to say some classes, some races are prone to issues. And if you're looking to gain iRating, think carefully about what races you're going to enter. I mean, if I wanted to gain iRating and safety rating, throwing myself in a GR86 race, I might think twice. You know, throwing yourself into an F4 race, you might think twice. Look at the track combination, the race. You know, if you've got enough experience in iRacing, you'll know where the problems are likely to occur, which are the races where you're likely to get into scrapes. So, you know, just give it some thought. That's what I'm saying. Don't avoid races, but give it some thought and mentally prepare, because some are going to be a bit more elbows out than others. So another thing to think about is your mental state and physical state. I've often done a couple of races, gone really well, and thought I'll do one more. And I know I'm a little bit tired, but I think, oh no, I've done well. I'll race this one again. Maybe I'm doing 2 or 3 B races or Formula 4 1600s. I do that third race, I'm a bit tired, and it doesn't go well. And there is nothing more frustrating than sort of finishing a 2 or 3 race streak back where you started. You've made gains and then you lose it all in one race. So, you know, just think about that. Don't put yourself in a position where you think, oh, it's going to be okay. I know I'm a bit tired, and then you just go and drop it all. It's very frustrating, and that's why people give up sometimes. They keep doing this and they don't spot the signs and they don't take action. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit tired, a bit jaded, you've done too much, particularly in this hot weather, well, don't race. Do something else, but don't race, because you're going to lose iRating and safety rating. And I think that sort of brings me to, for me, the biggest change, the hack, if you like, the hack to gaining iRating, getting to 3K and hopefully going beyond. And it's not rocket science, it's practice. As a content creator, I like to sort of jump on, get racing, make an exciting video, publish it, and, you know, do all that sort of stuff. I tend to open up iRacing, see what's racing. Oh, I've got 10 minutes. I'll jump on there. I more or less know the track. I know the car. I'll get up to speed pretty quickly. I might not qualify because I'm pushing it too hard in qualifying and I go off track. Or I might qualify but not quite as well as I could have done. Or I qualify at the front but I'm not quite as bedded in as I'd like to be. I race, you know, they're okay mostly. But mostly I've been bumping around the 2 to 2.5K, haven't I? Because I'm just not fully prepared. I haven't practiced enough. So practice for me is what I've been doing just recently, going on doing the time trials, so that's really helped. Going on and just doing the standard practice, so not jumping onto the next race that may be 10 minutes away, but thinking, okay, I'll do this race, but I'll do the one after, which is 40 minutes away. And I'll get on, do some practice, get comfortable, get up to speed. So when I do come to race, I'm bedded in, I can qualify well, and during the race, I'm not learning the lines and getting quicker. I'm not trying to keep up. I'm actually able to race and think about what's happening, plan ahead, look behind, not be thinking, Christ, what am I in the right gear? Can I go a little bit quicker? I'm struggling to keep up here. I'm ready. I'm practiced. It frees up mental capacity for thinking about everything else because, well, I've done all the practice. I can sort of keep hold of the car without thinking too much about it, and it's made a huge difference. Made a huge difference to me. Just getting that extra bit of practice in, because I'm turning up at races now confident, qualifying well, you know, being able to cope with adversity because, you know, I've done so many laps around a particular track, and it's just made all the difference. And it seems really stupid, doesn't it, practice? And I do a lot of racing, and I'm practicing a little bit here and there all the time. But if you really want to get, I think, good, for me anyway, I need lots of laps. I need to do lots of laps. I then go into races confident. I can race with those around me without thinking too much about it. And it's helped, and it's showing up in my iRating. So that's the hack. Practice. And I've said it, I've said it for years on my previous channel. Practice is what makes perfect, and it's no surprise there, but I haven't done enough of it. I just jump on, which is why I love iRacing. I can jump on and race anytime, but there's a consequence to that. I haven't been getting as good results. My average start and finish position hasn't been good enough, and it's kept me as a 2K iRating driver rather than a 3K or more. So that's it. That's my take. I'm sure others will have different views, so feel free to put them in the comments, put what your hacks are and what your tips are. But for me, that's what's done it. So I'm gonna do some more practice, find a race to do, and hopefully that'll be tomorrow's video. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, then please do stick around, hit subscribe, leave a like, and maybe I'll see you next time at the track.